on how I made this lab coat for my little baby girl that she will be using on her career day. She wants to be a medical doctor and she is very bright and intelligent. So if this is what you would want to learn, do well to subscribe, do well to watch this video attentively so you will see how I came about this lab coat. Okay, this is for a 4-year to 5-year-old baby girl. Actually use the measurements that I use. Okay, all right. So guys, I have gone ahead to fold my fabrics into two for the front and for the back. Before I start marking out my pattern, I made a stitch at the center back. As you can see, I made a stitch on 1 inch. Okay, so I have folded it in. I just want it to have a line at the center, so the front will be wider than the back with 3 inches. Right now, for me to get the neckline of 2.5 and then shoulder line of 5.5 inches, as you can see on the video, the next thing is to come down by 1 inch for the neck depth for the back, but for the front it is going to be 2.5 inches as well. Okay, and then I'll use my chalk to connect the dots, as you can see on the video. Then the next thing I'll do right now is to slant down by 1 inch and then make a straight line. So I'll now get my armhole depth. So I'm using an armhole depth of 6.5 inches for this dress. As you can see, remember I said it's for 4 to 5 years old, and then I'll connect the armhole this way. So the length I'm using for this dress is 25 inches. So I'll mark the full length. Please remember to add 2 inches for your hemming allowance. And then for the chest measurement, I divided the chest measurement of 22 inches plus 2 inches stitching allowance. Okay, then I'll connect the dots together and make a cut, as you can see on the video. Guys, if you know you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. So after cutting out my neck depth for the front and back, I will go ahead to cut it further to 2.5 for the front, meaning 2.5 by 2.5 for the front material. Okay, and then for the back depth is 1 inch, and then I'll go ahead to cut it all out, as you can see on the video. The next thing I'll do now is to unpin. After unpinning, I will notch the area for the buttons. Okay, this is for the back piece. Remember I said I stitched down on 1 inch, so I am opening it carefully. I am still going to weave this 1 inch, or I will use my hemming gum to lay it flat. So right now I'll go ahead to join these two pieces at the shoulder area, as you can see on the video. Please make sure you pin them down before stitching them down on your sewing machine. Okay, the next thing I will do right now is to go ahead and measure the and fold in my button area. Remember to notch your button area before doing this, and I am using 3 inches for the button area. So before joining it, I will make sure to insert hemming gum. It is going to give it a stiff and well laid button space. Okay, because it will make it very firm when inserting your buttonhole and your buttons as well. As you can see, I've gone ahead to stitch it down. Sorry, I did not iron it because there is no light at the moment. So the next thing is to measure the neckline of this dress, and after measuring it, I will go ahead to fold my material into 4 places. So I will mark out the length of my collar. As you can see, I have folded it. Then I will get a starting line for my collar, as you can see. So guys, after getting the starting line, I will go ahead to mark the length of 3 inches. 2.5 inches is actually going to be the length of this collar, then 1/2 inch is for this joining allowance. Okay, so I'll mark 3 inches and then connect with a straight rule. So after connecting with the straight rule, I will go ahead to place the length I got after measuring the neckline. I'll go ahead to connect it, and then at the down part I will -1 and give it a slant, as you can see on the video. So this is how it's going to look, guys. So right now go ahead to cut it all the way around, making sure to insert 1/2 inch by the sides while cutting. Okay, please endeavor to use your pins to secure it properly so it does not shift. So guys, I will go ahead and give this collar a little slant at the base, that is at the joining point, as you can see, just a little slant. Okay, so after doing that, I will go ahead to join it to the shirt. Sorry, I did not film this process. So this is the collar already joined. I am yet to iron this dress, as you can see, because there is no light at the moment. So guys, look at how it's looking. I joined it first from this inside and then from the outside. So right now I will go ahead to cut out the sleeve that I'll be using for this dress. I will mark my starting line. For the sleeve, the length of sleeve is 15 inches length. After marking my 16 inches, I came down by 2.5 inches because this is a baby. If it's an adult, I can actually use 4 inches or even 4.5. So right now I'll go ahead and make an S curve after coming down by 2.5 inches, as you can see on the video. So the next thing I will do is to measure around the armhole of my dress directly on the S curve, and then I will mark it down with my chalk and connect it all the way down to the full length of the sleeve, as you can see on the video. Please, I also added 2 inches for the hemming allowance. Okay, go ahead and add 2 inches as well. It should have a very bold folding when it is put on the body. So the next thing I'll do is to notch the center point of my sleeve. I'll make sure to pick the notched area of my sleeve and place it directly on the armhole area, that is on the shoulder of this shirt, as you can see, and pin it down with my pin. I will go ahead to run a stitch only on the armhole area. I will also pin down the other hand, making sure that the notched area is also joined at the shoulder point. Okay, so guys, before joining the full length of this shirt, I will go ahead to fold my hemming allowance of 2 inches, as you can see. Make sure that it is very bold. I used 2 inches so it will have a very bold look, and that is why I am going to be folding it in. So the next thing I will do right now is to measure out my pen pocket. For the pen pocket, I'm using a length of 7 inches and then a width of 3.5 inches. That is after adding your allowance. Okay, so that is what I am marking right now, as you can see, 7.5 inches and then 3.5 inches width. Go ahead to mark it out and then cut it out with my scissors. Make sure to connect it to be on a straight line. Okay, so after cutting it, I will go ahead to cut the bigger pocket, that is the main pocket. I'm making use of the length of 9.5 inches and then width of 7 inches. Okay, please go ahead to fold your fabric into 2 places because this pocket is going to be 2. Remember, the pen pocket is supposed to be only 1, which is supposed to be at the left hand. So guys, I will go ahead to fold the upper part by 2 inches. It is supposed to have a bold fold, so I will fold it on that 2 inches extra that I added it, making it 9.5 inches in length. Right now I will go ahead to mark the point at which I'll be placing my pen pocket, which is 5 inches starting from the shoulder, and then from the center point I mark 3 inches. So make sure to mark it with your chalk and then place it directly on the chalk. Okay, for the main pocket, starting from the shoulder, I will mark 13 inches as you can see, and then from the center point I will mark 3 inches also. For this main pocket, I will also take the same measurement at the other side because the main pocket is 2 pieces. Okay, so guys, this is the pen pocket. I will run a center stitch on it as you can see, because it usually comes with 2 biros. After doing that, the next thing I will do is to go ahead to measure the back piece of this dress. As you can see, starting from this point at the armhole, I will come down by 6.5 inches. It is just to have a belt at the back. This is going to be lovely, guys. By the time you watch this video till the end, trust me, you will love the outlook of this dress. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut out my belt or band for this back piece. So this is 2.5 inch. I will run a stitch as you can see, so it will give me 2 inches, and then I will turn it inside out as you can see. Please go ahead to iron it as well. At this point, I will have to join it or attach it to the back as you can see on the video, making use of my pins first of all to secure it just the way you are seeing. I added extra 1.5 inches at this band. That is after measuring the waist of that shirt. Okay, right now I'll go ahead to join these pieces together, starting from the armhole down to the full length of the gown, and then from the armhole down to the tip of the sleeves. Okay, as you can see, I am using my pins to secure this shirt. Guys, this is the final look. Guys, this is the final looks. I don't intend making this video long, but I will give you a rundown of how I was able to achieve this. So guys, I have ironed this dress already. As you can see on the video, look at how the back is looking so nice. This is the pocket area. This is how it is looking after joining and attaching the pockets. And this is the band or the belt at the back. I have gone ahead to iron it as well. So guys, you can see the band is 2 inches on fold, and then the next thing I will do right now is to start hemming the down part. This is it. I opened it up by 3 inches so I can be able to fold the hem. So go ahead to fold it. Make sure you are folding on at least 2 inches to give it a very bold look. This should not have a tiny look, please. So this is the outcome after doing that. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you for supporting this channel.